So Christian Yelich is actually having a very, very good season.
Yes, he is.
That he don't think he's getting credit for right now.
No, he's not.
And I think potentially one of the biggest reasons for that is his meatball swing percentage. This is essentially just pitches that are down the middle of the plate. In 2020, he swung at 66.1% of meatballs. 2021, he swung at 74%. 2022, he swung at 73.6%. 2023, 87.1% swing percentage on meatballs.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Christian Yelich swinging the bat a little bit more on pitches over the middle of the plate. He's also
for sure.
His top percentage, the percentage of balls that he's getting on top of, is down 7% from the last 2 years. He's squaring the ball up on the barrel of the bat more. His expected batting average is his highest since 2019. His expected slugging is his highest since 2019. His weighted on base average is his highest since 2019. His strikeout percentage is his lowest since 2019. He's got a very balanced spray chart. He's pulling 31.6% of balls, middle on 32.1%, and opposite field on 36.4%, and he's making less weak contact. And his barrel percentage is up. So Christian Yelich, I have really no complaints. Just keep doing what you're doing. I think Christian Yelich is having a very fine season.
Yes, he is.
If he keeps getting that batting average up, I mean, he's got about 2 weeks to make a push, but I mean, Christian Yelich could potentially be an all-star this season.
Him and Devin Williams would probably be the two people that I'd say that deserve a representation for the Brewers.
Yep, strongly agree.
Yeah. You don't hear the people complaining about Yelich so much anymore.
Yeah. I'd maybe toss Payamps in there, but still pretty quiet on him. He's just been quietly really good.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is one people are probably going to want to hear about, Willy Adames. So Willy Adames' launch angle is down. His sweet spot percentage is down 4%. His hard hit percentage is down 10%.
Oh.
He is, however, currently tied his career high walk percentage. His ground ball percentage is up 6%. His pull percentage is up 12.6% from last season. His opposite field percentage is down 9% from last season. His solid contact is down 4%. And then these are the two pitches that he's got the opportunity to improve on the most. And one of these is going to be very consistent through the rest of these guys. Willy Adames is currently batting 137 versus sliders. And currently batting 160 versus changeups.
I'm already going to tell you that changeup is the pitch that's going to be consistent.
Well, look at you. Good call.
Yeah, we suck at changeups.
James, what's up? Your favorite basketball team is about to get one of my favorite players, and I'm not particularly happy about it. Not because I think it makes them the favorites or anything, but it's just because it's a player I like playing for a team that I don't like. Okay, so Willy Adames, he basically just needs to get under the ball a little bit more. He's beaten the ball into the ground a lot, and I think the other thing that would potentially benefit Willy Adames is to maybe look for the opposite field a little bit more. I think when we talk about previous seasons of Willy Adames having a lot of power and a lot of home runs, I feel that he's hit more home runs to right center than anything else.
Yeah, maybe, and I'm not trying to interrupt you, but
no, you're good.
They had the thing before the game today on the pregame show talking about Jesse Winker keeping his hips square, right? And it seemed like he was kind of just grounding out a lot, and when he was first struggling this season, maybe that could be the same issue that Willy Adames is facing, where he just has to keep his hips square and, so his hands don't get in front of him too much. I think that's what gets them off balance. A lot of it is legs, and people don't really understand that about batting. They think it's all up here, right? A lot of it is your legs with your timing and your power. So maybe that's something for him to look at.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. So, yeah, basically looking some opposite field approach, I would say, is where Willy Adames can potentially look to kind of shake things up for him a little bit. Next, I have William Contreras. He's been solid. Like, I don't have a lot of complaints about William Contreras. His hard hit percentage is up 3%. His topped percentage is down 6.4%, which is good. Obviously, you don't want guys getting on top of the ball and grounding out a shit ton. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you called it. I mean, you called it. Contreras 154 against changeups. Yeah. So yeah, you definitely nailed it with changeups. That's going to be a recurring thing with the rest of these guys that I looked at. 174 against curveballs and 167 versus splitters. Now, these are the two biggest numbers for William Contreras that he's got to work on. A 39.3 strikeout percentage against changeups. That is absurd. That's essentially 40% of the time that you're throwing a changeup to William Contreras in a 2-strike count, he's striking out.
Yikes. Well, you could just tell yesterday with the D-backs, man. I believe it was between the 5th and 6th innings. They threw us 3 fastballs.
Yep.
That just tells you that we suck against, off-speed stuff. Sliders, changeups,
curveballs,
all that kind of stuff,
This is the other number for Contreras that's really high, a 29.2 strikeout percentage against curveballs. Oh. So identifying off-speed stuff, I think is going to be the biggest thing for the Brewers individually, and it's going to come back more. So next guy I have is Rowdy Tellez. Rowdy Tellez, hard hit percentage is down 7%. His strikeout percentage is up 5% from last year, up 10% from 2020, which is concerning, I will say. Mm-hmm. His zone swing percentage, this is the biggest number for me, is down 11.2%.
Jesus Christ.
So when I brought up last week that the Brewers are 27th or 28th, 28th in zone swing percentage, I think Rowdy Tellez accounts for a good chunk of that.
Oh, 100%.
And I tweeted this on, I think it was the opener against the Diamondbacks, that Rowdy Tellez has too strong of a bat to be looking at pitches.
Man, what did I text you? And you said that because you were talking about that tweet, and I just texted you right after you tweeted that. I didn't even see the tweet, but I was like, that bat didn't move off his shoulder very much in that bat, didn't it? He swung once, and he struck out, I believe.
Let me see.
Excuse me.
That's from Monday.
Maybe it was against the Pirates. I don't remember, but
just wanted to see. Yeah, it must have been against the Pirates. But that was basically what I tweeted, was that Rowdy Tellez has too strong of a bat to not be swinging it. What's up, Tim? We're just talking about some Brewers individual potential improvements. So yeah, I mean, Rowdy Tellez, he's just got to swing the bat more on pitches in the zone, and instead of looking for the one pitch out of a 6-pitch at bat that he wants to swing at, and he just needs to start swinging at pitches in the zone. And these are his splits. In addition, his first pitch swing percentage is also down 6%, which is something I brought up with the Brewers last week, that their first pitch swing percentage, it was low. I know it was. Shoot.
Man, I was just messing on my phone watching reels the other day, and there was one with a baseball coach that popped up, a college baseball coach from a random college, and he talked about it. He said the best count to hit on is 0-0. Because what does every pitching coach tell the pitcher? Let's get ahead and go from there. So yeah, first pitch swing percentage, and you're. I mean, a lot of guys. I mean, look at Zach Gallen today. He was pounding the zone. Yes, it was low, but he was pounding the zone, looking to get ahead.
Yeah. So these are Tellez. He's got 4 pitches that he can work on, that he can get better against. I'm gonna go high to low because it gets ugly. Unless you want me to go low to high and just get the worst ones out of the way.
It's going to be ugly either way, so it doesn't matter to me.
All right. So Rowdy Tellez currently batting 160 against curveballs.
Oh, my God.
A 48.1 strikeout percentage against curveballs. I'm sorry, but it gets worse.
It's worse than that?
It gets worse than that. Rowdy Tellez batting 156 versus sliders, striking out 37.8% of the time on sliders. So that's not the worst part yet. Batting 135 against sinkers. Sinkers are tough pitches to hit. Like that, I'm not super mad at, but it's just an opportunity for Rowdy if he can identify sinking fastballs better. Mm-hmm. And then this is tough because this is, like I mentioned, a smaller sample size because not a lot of guys are throwing these pitches. But against splitters, really tough pitches to hit because they drop like a changeup with the speed of a fastball. Rowdy Tellez is batting 083 against splitters, striking out 66.7% of the time.
Holy shit.
So if a guy's got a splitter in his arsenal and he's facing Rowdy Tellez, you can bet that he's going to throw him a heavy dose.
Wow.
So, yeah, Rowdy Tellez he's got opportunities to identify these 4 pitch types and just kind of get back into his groove of just hitting the ball hard and hitting for some power.
Wow. Yeah, you could tell he's pressing up there, man, when he hits a fly ball. You know, he's in a 1-2 count, and you know they're not going to give you anything good, man. They're going to try to get you to chase, and he pops up and he's slamming the bat on the ground. I'm just like, I feel bad for him because you know that he personally wants to succeed, right? But, damn, that's tough, dude.
So they say, you've heard the quote, like the night is darkest before the dawn. I do feel like Rowdy Tellez is kind of in that area because of last night and today. He hit 2 balls like really hard and just a couple feet short of the fence.
Yep.
So some really loud, long outs. So I do feel that like he's getting closer to kind of having some slump busting games coming up soon. Like maybe against the Guardians, he'll have like a 2 home run day or something like that. And it'll kind of break him out a little bit, which I'm hoping is what happens with Jesse Winker, who is going to be the last guy that I talk about. Mm-hmm. Next guy is Joey Wiemer. He does not have a full career of statistics to see what he's done well, what he hasn't done well so far in his major league career with him being a rookie. So the things that I'm looking for are where he can just change some of his numbers to make them look better. Mm-hmm. So first one is line drives. I almost said Jesse twice. Joey Wiemer, only 15% line drives. So he just really needs to get some more line drives. The next one is his topped percentage is 35.2%. So he's getting on top of the ball a lot and not hitting a lot of line drives. So that's just squaring up the ball a little bit more is something I'm looking for with Joey Wiemer. Some pitches he can improve against. Not a lot of these numbers are super concerning yet, but just looking at it, he's batting 0.000 against sweepers. Hasn't seen a ton of them. Again, with him being a rookie, he just hasn't seen a lot of these. Yeah. He's batting 182 versus curveballs, 179 versus sliders, and 214 versus curveballs. Honestly, with Joey Wiemer, I really just think he needs experience.
Yeah, he's being force-fed right now.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anything that Joey Wiemer needs to really change. I think it's just he just needs the major league experience to continue to grow. I don't really think there's anything that he needs to change or get better at. I really, really just think he needs the experience.
Yep.
So next guy, Brian Anderson, his hard hit percentage is down 8% from 2022. His pull percentage, this one was kind of an eye-popping one. His pull percentage is down 10% from 2022. Down 6% from his career average.
Oh.
So looking at what Brian Anderson can do, he can be looking to pull the ball a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So we're looking for just concrete ways, tangible ways that the Brewers offense can improve. Brian Anderson pulling a little bit more. Willy Adames using the opposite field a little bit more. Now, Brian Anderson, is batting 172 versus changeups. So that one's coming back to rear its head again. And he's batting 179 versus four-seam fastballs. That is 100 points below where he's been for the last 2 years.
Wow.
So I see honestly Brian Anderson as one of those guys where you talk about feeling that there's a breakout potential for the second half of the season. Brian Anderson just being better against fastballs like he's been in his career could really, really give the Brewers offense a lift in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can get some momentum going. Like I feel like he's starting to. He's starting to hit the ball a little bit harder and have some better plate discipline. And if that continues and his confidence from his defense feeds into his offense, I do think Brian Anderson is one of those guys that can help the Brewers offense improve. So last three guys, Owen Miller, Victor Caratini, and Jesse Winker. Owen Miller, his fly ball percentage is steadily rising. His fly ball percentage in 2021 was 16%. In 2022, it was 23%. And in 2023, it's 31%.
Whoa.
So Owen Miller is continually hitting a lot more fly balls, which translates very much into his topped percentage was 43.5 in 2021, 32.6 in 2022, and 27.8 in 2023. So he's just grounding out less and flying out more.
Yeah.
He is also batting 0.00 against sweepers. Again, it's not a pitch that a lot of guys throw, but worth noting.
Mm-hmm.
Batting 205 against sliders, and he's actually been pretty good against everything else. So for Owen Miller, it's really just going to be getting the ball down and sliders. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Owen Miller. Fantastic in the month of May, struggling a little bit in the month of June. It's just not a lot to improve for him. Just needs to get the ball out of the air a little bit, which is a thing for a lot of the Brewers guys. Just are hitting the ball up or down. They just need to get in the middle more.
Yeah.
Okay, Victor Caratini, he somewhat of a pleasant surprise, but still opportunities for him to improve. His average exit velocity is up 3.6 miles an hour from last season. He has a career high launch angle, a career high hard hit percentage, but does have his highest ground ball percentage since 2017. His pull percentage is up 8.8%. His opposite field percentage is down 8.4%. His topped contact is up 7%. I think he hasn't had tons of at-bats. Most of his playing time has come during Corbin Burns starts. So for me to identify what pitches he needs to get better at, I need to see him take more pitches. He just needs to be in the game more for me to really be like, this is the pitch that he's got the opportunity to improve the most against, just because he hasn't played a ton of games so far this season. And last but not least, Jesse Winker finally got the home run monster off his back yesterday, which was good to see. His barrel percentage, not shockingly, is at a career low. His hard hit percentage is at his second lowest. His strikeout percentage is his career high. Interestingly enough, his line drive percentage is up 10% from 2022. His pull percentage is up 6%. And then his topped percentage is up 7.3%. So for me, it just seems like Jesse Winker kind of just beating the ball into the ground a lot and not hard. So basically just ground outs and strikeouts has been what Jesse Winker has done this season. Not shocking to anybody, but that's where the opportunity lies to improve, because you look at the line drive percentage, he is doing that better. So I do feel like there's a potential floodgate type situation with Jesse Winker, which I will mention when we get to last night's game. Pitch identification, he's batting 0.00 against sinkers, 167 against sliders and cutters, and 200 against curveballs. So sinker, slider, cutter, curveballs, those are the ones that Jesse Winker can stand to improve the most.